Hey y'all, it's Kayla with For the Love of Kayla. First off, I just want to say thank you to some of my new subscribers. Hi, nice to meet you. Whoa, this episode, I had to take a little sip. That was crazy. Were y'all watching it? Were we watching the same show? Wow. Let's get into it. I'm not even going to waste y'all time. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of discourse about Ciara and Nick and how people feel like it's a bunch of BS. I'm like, no. People are not feeling it. People think that it was a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to us with the BS. Well, I was fooled. I guess I was fooled. I guess I was one of those people that were fooled, okay? You know, there's been a lot of discourse about both of them. And now that I start to see and listen to Nick and hear how he explains how the date went, it does raise a red flag for me. And I say that because he's never saying how much he adores her. He's never saying how much he's enamored by her, how much he couldn't see himself doing this with any other girl but you. You know, like there's certain signs that you can hear from someone where you can sense, okay, this person is all about me. And I'm not getting that. I think that is missing between their connection. Like he's mentioning, we had champagne, we went on bikes, we went up a hill, we got exercise, we hiked down, we had a picnic, da-da-da-da. He's mentioning all of these factors that happen, but not mentioning how you were the girl I always dreamed of doing this with. And another thing that brings up for me at the last episode was Ciara spoon feeding him. So are you saying that I'm your dream girl? And I'm like, he never... Stop forcing him to say stuff that he don't want to say, because he's not organically saying these things. I mean, let's be real. With Nick Alandria, he was telling Alandria, you're the most beautiful girl in the world and most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. Like, that is, it hurts. I hurt for Ciara. I don't want to spend too long on her, but I hurt for their connection. And what I'm noticing about Ciara and the villa, I'm just going to talk about couples. What I'm noticing about Ciara and the villa is it's giving off, she kind of feels like we got this. And I'm like, ooh, that kind of makes me take a step back, because then it makes me feel like, so what is your motive? I feel like there's a little bit of a motive there. I don't know. I love them together, but it's given we got this in the bag, because I do also see it's breakfast time and you see Iris and TJ couple up. Like they're double dating for breakfast. And it's given... So y'all just feel like y'all just got this in the bag, huh? Y'all just feel like y'all just got this in the bag. Okay. One thing I noticed, TJ and Iris, they did the thing. What I like about what they did and how they did it is the fact that they at least didn't do it in the room, okay? Can y'all like get a little more creative, be outside? He talked about, I've never built a tent before. She was like, in your pants? I'm like, all right, y'all gonna have to... Y'all gonna have to chill, okay? I don't need the visual. Brian wants Jaden for some reason. Brian wants Jaden. Brian is not feeling Angelina, and I don't think Angelina feeling him. I think that's why he's trying to be the first person to say that the conversation is boring. But from what we can take, we can see that Angelina ain't feeling him either. But Pepe let Angelina down, which was like, excuse me? I was in complete shock. But that brings me to Pepe, because I'm a little annoyed with Pepe. And Pepe, I want you to come close to the camera. I was saying so many good things about you. I think how you're moving, Pepe, it's disrespectful to Grayson, because Grayson she's like me. You let me know. If we're not good, you let me know. If we good, let me know. Right? And you're saying all these things behind her back and how I miss Hannah. Then take your ass on. Yes, I yelled in the mic because go. We don't even want to see you like that, brother. I promise you. He needs to leave. Pepe, you can go, because you really are wasting Grayson's time. And I'm kind of jumping a little bit, but I'm actually clearing the stage, because I really am not feeling Pepe, and I'm not feeling the way that he's going about this whole, Hannah's gone. Why y'all send Hannah? This letter is to Ciara and friends. Ciara, Alandria, Shelly, and friends. Why did y'all send Hannah home? Then, brother, you can go. there is such thing as self-eliminate. I'm going to need you to do that. Taylor talking about. Taylor talking about how Clark got him in his soft boy era. Clark got him in his soft boy era. Look, I ain't gonna waste y'all time no more. I feel like with Taylor, it's really honestly given like he's too young for this show. He's a baby. He's a complete child. And he moves like a child. But I'm gonna come back to Taylor in a minute because I fear Alandria cleared the stage. Okay. Can we get to the challenge? Can we get to why y'all clicked on my video and my thumbnail? Because that's exactly how I felt watching this entire challenge. I ran to record this because I'm like, this is crazy. Basically answered Pepe's question. Says Pepe want to be a crybaby. Moving on. Amaya takes the stage. I'm like, I felt like we should have did Amaya last. But then again, I'm glad that they did Amaya quickly just to let's clear her out because I knew she was going to get emotional. It was hurtful. Those guys, man, they didn't hold nothing back. It hurts to see that who Amaya is authentically is just not accepted in this arena or in this season. And I want my baby girl to get a really good therapist because, and I have one. And I can say this because I have one, okay? I'm not trying to put my business out there, but I'm in therapy. I have my session in a couple days on the 3rd, okay? So this is not me coming off being judgy. This is me coming off as another woman that, like, that is essential. If you can afford it and if you have the healthcare to provide that, but it's essential. And I say that because it will help you self-regulate things even when you feel like you're being attacked. Sometimes it's delivery. If someone could pull her to the side and be authentic about how they really feel, then she would have took it differently. But Austin, I'm so glad Ace cleared your ass. Ace set you very straight because you're someone, too, that throws rocks in high hands. And I'm so glad Ace, at his height, he mentioned his height. I don't remember what his height was, but he cleared you. Spick and span. He cleared you. Because you can't be out here moving crazy and then get into a place where now you finally say something. This is why this is also low-key a form of gaslighting because Maya literally asked you, hey, is me saying babe making you uncomfortable? She asked him that. I was there. Everybody was there. And this man, no, I just moved. I'm just like, Austin, I'm glad Ace cleared you. Because one thing about him, he is going to stand on business. Ace is this challenge. Then y'all want to talk about Jeremiah was damned if you do, damned if you don't. And you know what? There's a lot of stuff we are not seeing that Ace and everybody and their mama is seeing. And you know what? It was probably best for Jeremiah to get kicked off because I think I have an unpopular opinion where I feel like I don't see Ace as the villain. Y'all can't stand Ace. And I'm sitting here like, I think he is so grounded and he knows who he is at such a young age. If he's 22, imagine where he's going to be 10 years from now. Y'all need to stop playing with Ace. I feel like Chris came off very defensive. I can't give up about this villa. I can't give up. Okay, then go. Please. Brother, it is a complete process for y'all to even get all the way to Fiji, let alone on Love Island. So we're not going to play that game like you have other things to do because clearly you don't. Moving on. Huda. I need you to come in my office. I'm going to insert a clip right here because before I go in, let me insert this clip.
Nobody owns anybody, especially if you are open.
Girl, please. I know. This girl did not say what the point of Love Island is. The complete contradiction. Huda, you are a walking contradiction, babe. I don't even think you be knowing what you say. Like, you and Shelly are kind of similar. I'm going to get to Shelly in a minute, but y'all be setting all these standards and all these rules, and y'all be forgetting what y'all rules and standards was, especially when it's thrown right back in y'all face. Huda, there is footage that you're going to see outside of this villa where you are a contradiction, babe. You say one thing and stand on business as a girl's girl, but do the other. Alandria spilled some real life tea. It was like, yo, you kissed Chris. My thing is this: how can you say you're my girl, I'm doing this for you, and then that is manipulation at its finest. Shelly did say this: you were best saying I want to pursue him than saying I'm doing this for you. I think Huda does things to where she doesn't want to look like she's needy or that she's desperate, so she's going to frame it as if I'm doing you a favor, but on the back end I want him. Shelly answered no questions whatsoever. She answered no questions. She's like, what'd you say? All right, next. Like, damn, none of these real questions were answered. And you know what? I think Shelly's okay. I think honestly she's over this whole thing. And I don't think anyone understands the double standard that Ace is trying to say. Ace is saying, I don't think it's fair for you to hold me pigeon-toed to being closed off when you want to be open to other things. And when you see that Ace can enjoy something a little more than with you trying to be in an open situation, you don't like it. They really did hold Chris to the fire. They was like, if you wanted to be in the villa, just say that. Ooh. I mean, I don't know. Now, my favorite part. Huda was getting a little tight with Alandria. That was not for you to say. That was not for you to say. And I'm looking like, Alandria, I'm waiting for you to clap back, babe, because you better than me. You are better than me. What? Anyways, Alandria had her time because she said, it's my turn now. Congratulations. I guess it was something to the effect of, I'm not a test. I've said a lot about them being a test or not. If you watch my last video, Hard to Watch, where I broke up that it really wasn't a test. It was an open book test with no study guide. Okay. I thought it was cute how they both cleared the air and was like, okay, we good. No, you explain that. And thank you for putting your name. Clark definitely stood on business and put her name there. I thought that was a nice exchange. I'll put in my notes, this is a lot. I'm not even at the villa and I'm like, whew, this is a lot. Okay. Alandria cleared. Alandria cleared. That's all I gotta say. Taylor takes the stand. This was prime television. It was like boom, 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 boom. This shit was a tennis match. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Alandria snapped, and I think I'm starting to see why she snapped. I think the issue here, because I've said a lot of stuff. You watch my last commentaries, you'll see what I think about Taylor and Alandria. But what I gathered from this exchange is that Alandria is pissed because he is a little boy. He is not expressing his true feelings. She's seeing it through his actions, and some people can take someone's actions and be like, clock it. Others need someone to verbalize verbatim what they want, what they're going to do, what their actions are, and this is my plan. I don't think Taylor is advanced in that department yet. And I think Alandria has such a high standard for him because there's been so much time. There's been effort. There's been this. There's been that. But babe, he has made his decision. I will say, watching the last couple episodes after him dumping her countless amount of times, I'm confused too as to why Taylor is saying, like I'm still trying to be like with Alandria. And I'm like, I thought we were done. You legit left her for dead. Like, you left her. So why is this man still saying that he wants Alandria? I'm not, and Alandria's confused too, but Alandria, Taylor said, you want me to think for you and move for you. No, I don't think that's the case. I think Alandria wants you to stand on business like the challenge and speak up. Use your words. Needed words. She needed it to come out of your mouth. Alandria, I like you, but I'm going to pursue things with Clark. But then you want to stand on business in front of everybody because you got tapped on your ass. Now you want to say, oh, since I got to make a decision. Since I got to make a decision, I do Clark. And Alandria, you didn't even need him to do that. What you should have said was, you should be grateful I gave you the time of day, Taylor. I wish you and your connection the best. But don't contact me outside this villa. I'm tired. So after all this ended, I was like, I hope they be careful because, ooh. Y'all ever heard it's a thin line between love and hate? It's a very, very thin line. This is a lot. I hope the producers are trauma informed. I hope the producers are trained when it comes to dealing with these type of personalities and opening wounds that we don't know what a lot of these people have been through, let alone them going through this process. I hope everyone is taking care of themselves. This was a lot to unpack, but it was extremely entertaining. I hope that they know that they signed up for television. I hope that they take care of themselves outside of television. There's been a lot of things, a lot of stories I've been hearing about people who have been Xing themselves out when it comes to being on such big platforms like this and it being a lot on one's soul or one's spirit, even when they step out of the villa, because it's a lot. We're all talking about them. It's great TV. But I do pray that they are taken care of because it's crazy. Outside of that, thank you for getting this far. I want you to comment a rose and a lightning bolt if you got this far in the video, okay? So thanks for watching my video. I'm Kayla with For the Love of Kayla. We are growing over here, and I appreciate you. I will see you soon. Bye.
It could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.